Holy shit, we're back. I'm your host, Matt Lamattina. The one note we got from week 1 to week 2 is we need more excitement. Well, here we are, bringing it to you. Let's fucking go. What time is it? Oh hey, welcome to Lamattina Time. I'm your host, Matt Lamattina. This is the Emmy we got for our week 1 performance. We're fucking killing it over here. So, hi, I'm Matt, 37. I'm short, fat, Italian, and hard to understand. So basically, I'm Joe Pesci from My Cousin Vinny. During this pandemic, what has you been doing for lunch? I've been going old school, back to one of my favorite lunches, Elio's Pizza. You gotta get them all crusty and burnt. Fucking amazing. Elio's, you were looking for a sponsor, I'm your guy. So today's top story, we're jumping right into it. It's the Tiger King. First, let me get the clock going. That's right. Now, we're talking Tiger King. I'm wearing my Detroit Tigers hat to go with the whole, tiger thing we're doing here today. You get it? You get it. Tiger King is like the McDonald's documentary and Making a Murderer documentary. Ended up being the same thing. You get Tiger King. Stars Joe Exotic. He's got the long hair in the back, but he's all business in the front. His arch enemy, Carol Baskins, who lives in Florida. She owns the wildlife refuge, who might be good, might be bad. We don't know. Other characters is Travis and John Finley. These are two of Joe Exotic's husbands. They got married and 3 men altogether. It's like Mike Pence's worst nightmare. 3 men getting married. Also, there's Staff, the woman with the short hair. She's a worker. We'll get into her later. We got Doc. Doc lives in Georgia. He also owns a wildlife refuge. And James Lowe, the guy who bails out Joe Exotic halfway through the movie. One of my favorite scenes is number 6 on our list, is when it was like episode 5 or 6. Jeff gets out of prison, and that's when hell breaks loose. There's a quote from one of the guys that says, "When Jeff got out of prison, that's when all hell broke loose." Like, this is a man who owns giant tigers and is fighting with this woman in Florida and fighting with this guy in Georgia, but this is when hell broke loose. As always, we broadcast out of New York. But today we got a special thing. We're going down to Oklahoma, the home of Joe Exotic. And we have the top 5 moments besides when hell broke loose. And we have a bonus one halfway through. Keep an eye out for that one. Number 5 is where's Doc. Doc lives in Georgia. He owns the same kind of zoo like Joe Exotic does, but in Georgia, and he's kind of more quiet about it, so there's not as much heat on him. But the whole zoo is a front. Doc is a sex addict, and he uses this as a sex cult. Who would have thought? Using giant tigers to cover up your sex cult. In a way, it's very scary, but in also a way, it's a little brilliant. Like, when you have giant tigers and lions running around, sometimes people don't notice the, 25 girls in the back room. It's probably something people should look into, but Doc, so far, it's worked out for you. Moving on, number 4 is Staff. I think that's how you pronounce her name. She works for Joe Exotic. She is so dedicated to this job. At one point, she's feeding the tigers, and the tiger rips off her arm. And what does she do? She gets the arm amputated, sewn up, back to work like a week later. I had the flu this year. I was out of work for 2 weeks, and I work in an office. This woman handles giant tigers and lions a week, loses her arm, back to work. It's crazy. The dedication to Joe Exotic is crazy. Number 3, the alligator tent. So inside they have this alligator refuge. But ironically, or I don't know, next door is his studio. It has all the film that they've been filming for their pretend reality show that at some point they're going to put together. And the whole thing blows up. And all that footage is gone. Now just imagine, this is the crazy stuff they did catch. What was on all that film that they missed that we'll never get to see? It's gotta be some fucked up shit. Because that place was burnt down by somebody. Who, I don't know, but somebody. And that was John Finley. John Finley is one of his husbands, Joe Exotic's husbands. He had the missing teeth and all the tattoos, and didn't wear a shirt. And it was kind of the interview like this, where I'm married to Joe Exotic. You know, I'm not, impressions isn't my thing. That's how it was. And his other boyfriend, Travis. Now Travis is a sad, sad story. He's an addict and he overdoses. There's rumors into the documentary that afterwards Travis and John, the husbands of Joe Exotic, were never gay to begin with. They were just tricked into a life and a lifestyle by Joe Exotic. You know, out of all men in the world who could trick me into loving them, I don't know if Joe Exotic would be the type. I mean, look at him. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. And the number 1 takeaway from the Tiger King, Carol Baskets. Now this crazy woman who lives down in Florida says she rescues tigers and lions and big cats. Big cats! But that's obviously a front too. This woman, who is all believed to have killed her first husband. He's been missing for, 5+ years. No one's ever seen him again. We're pretty sure he's been eaten by tigers or buried somewhere underneath Carol Basket's land in the septic tank. And she fights with Joe Exotic, and Joe Exotic fights with her. And that's the reason Joe Exotic's in jail. It's because of this crazy woman. This documentary, 7-part series, I'm not doing it any favors today. Sorry. But it's crazy. From scene 1 to this last scene, you see the evolution of Joe Exotic and his home in Oklahoma. And just having a zoo where a person owns giant tigers should be enough for a documentary, but it's not. It's crazy. We go into how Carol Baskets killed her husband and all his nonsense. Doc's sex cult. This guy Jeff Lowe, who's a criminal, who ultimately steals the camp or the zoo from Joe Exotic when he goes to jail. He runs in himself. Even Shaq shows up in this documentary as a visitor to Joe Exotic's zoo. It's crazy. Shaq. Now, what do you think about the Tiger King? Write me some comments below. Let me know what you think. We'll get into it. You can find me Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Those are all my things. My recs for this week, I want you to go watch Rocket Man. I know what you're saying. It's a musical. I don't like musicals. Fuck you. Watch it. You're going to love it. The music is great. The transitions, the way it's shot. It's an awesome movie. Go check it out. For music, we're going to go to a senior citizen. I never thought I'd be rocking out to someone over 70. But Ozzy just put out a new album, and it's awesome. Go check it out. Ozzy's new album. And always, podcasts, Two Friends in a Movie with Matt and Sixto. This week they talk about Contagion. It's a movie you gotta see, and a podcast you gotta listen to. But unfortunately, my time is running out here. So I'll see you next week, right here, on Lamattina Time.